Now, how can you use this on her? One easy one that I say, and I'll tell you guys this every single time, and if you're not doing this, I'm just telling you you're doing it wrong. If you're not doing this, you're doing this wrong. Even if you go, it works for me, I'm telling you, it'll be better if you do it this way. Stop asking for a girl's phone number. Stop taking a girl's phone number when she gives it to you. When you take a girl's phone number, I'm telling you guys, I've done this every single different way. I can tell you from experience what works the best, and it's not even close. Here's what we're going to start with here, guys. We have the 6 power moves that she uses on you. Law number 8, make other people come to you. When you force the other person to act, you are the one in control. It is always better to make your opponent come to you, abandoning his own plans in the process. Lure him with fabulous gains, then attack. You hold the cards. So you can see, right, the actual laws that they're talking about, right? It doesn't have to do with dating necessarily. This would be like even in a business setting. If you're the company that everyone wants to work with, they come to you and then you can negotiate on your terms. Versus if you're the guy going door to door, hey, will you buy this? Will you work for me? You're begging, you're coming to them. They have all the power. So in this same exact sense here, this one is so big that women use over and over again, and they use the societal conditioning to back them up on this. Can any of you guys guess before I go to how women specifically use this one? Make other people come to you. One of the societal conditionings that they can just lean perfectly back on to convince men to come to them. Absolutely. Everything we talk about, when we talk about men being the prize, it's natural. It's natural for women to come after the guy. It's so natural. Even just think, right? I like to bring this example up because the guys that it happens all the time. Okay, let's just say that we're on a buddy's weekend trip, golf trip or something somewhere. And it's like each night you got the different guys in the group that have a girlfriend or a wife, and they carve out their time in the night where it's like, where did they go? We got drinking games going on. Where's all the guys at? Oh, they're off doing their nightly phone call with their girlfriend, checking in. I get it. Maybe you have a family and you're checking in with your kids. I understand to an extent, but the mindset is so different. Think about when our ancestors, the hunters, were going out hunting for weeks at a time, following around the herd, trying to score some meat for the tribe. They weren't going a day, stopping and going, oh shoot, I better run on back and check in with my wife and ask her how things are going. How is your day today? No, those guys were on a mission supplying. They would go from weeks and weeks at a time without checking in with their girlfriend or wife. And these days, guys feel like they're in trouble if they don't check in every couple hours. It's so flipped. The paradigm is so flipped to the natural order of things, which is why we have such an outrageous pandemic. No, I'm not talking about the scamdemic. I'm talking about the simp pandemic, because that's a real pandemic. And then we got all these simps that are sitting here. So now these girls are like, oh, I can make an OnlyFans and be set and never have to work a real job because I can just take pictures of my booty here because all these simps are allowing it. I know I give crap to women for OnlyFans and stuff like that. Like me personally, I would not date a girl that has an OnlyFans or, think about committing or anything like that to her. But in reality, right? It's all the simps' faults. Women wouldn't do that if they couldn't make money doing that. It's the simps that are giving them this avenue, which then is messing with everything else in the normal interactions between men and women. The simps. It's the simps, man. The simpocalypse. All the simps are to blame. The weapon to watch out for. 2 different ones. How many times we've heard this one? Real men pursue women. If you're a real man, and you know what you want, you'll go after her and you'll get it. You will hear this bad advice from a lot of people, men and women. Real men pursue women. No. Real men pursue goals. Real men pursue growth. And then women flock to those men because those men are now higher leveled. They're now more experienced. Real men real simps pursue women. That becomes their goal. Last week, I wouldn't want to bring up something that I already talked about last week, but since it completely got taken down, the real men pursue women. We talked about the finish line, right? We all hear about this, that women wait at the finish line for the men, and then they just jump on their backs, piggyback on, and just ride the last foot to the end of the race. They're like waiting right at the very end of the race, and they're just sitting there, doing their makeup, painting their nails, texting each other, doing their WAP dances, just, doing whatever those girls do in their free time. Right at the very end of the finish line, just whatever, distracting themselves until the man is about to finish the race. And then they're like, ooh, that's who I want. They jump on that guy's back. But any guy that's like, oh, I'm going to run to you. You're my goal. You woman, you are my goal. Everything for you. That girl she's not sitting there anymore waiting for that guy. She's running away from that guy. That guy's chasing her and she's like, get away from me. Run away. I'm going to run away. And then I'm going to block you. Then I'm going to put a restraining order on you. Blah, blah, blah. So real men pursue women. They'll use that and simps fall for it. And then here's another one. If you want me, you need to show me you want me. How many guys have heard this one before? This is why it's okay. There's two ways to look at this. Now, I say this a lot, but again, to the guys that are set and firm and they understand, right? Hey, women pursue me. To the men that have this mindset, it's really installed. Women pursue me. I am the prize. And they're dead set in that mindset. It's very, very easy. When you have that mindset, women smell it on you, they sniff it on you, and they want to be around you. But even the guys that hear about this and are like, okay, I think I can do it. It's such a different scenario when you're in that situation with a woman that you've been gaming or whatnot for a couple weeks. You've been hanging out with her, here and there. And then she's looking at you and she's like, oh, you're so handsome. You're so great. But if you want me, you need to show me. You need to start texting me in the morning. You need to start reaching out to me so I know that you want me. They'll pull one of those on you guys. So if you're not dead set and no, this is another game, and then you follow along, boom, right there, that's one of those traps. And then she starts to make that guy start coming to her. This, I have a feeling, again, I haven't been married myself, but I have a feeling that any of the guys that we would have called like the alpha mindset or even like a Chatter Tyrone type, if they got married, they got sucked into the marriage, I could see this happening to them quite a bit. Because I could see them, now they're married, and now the wife or whoever says, hey, you know what? It was cute before when we were just dating, but now I'm your wife, and you need to show me that you love me. You need to make me feel like I'm the only woman on this earth. You need to do blah, blah, blah. So you could see how this comes later on, and then that guy logically might even go, oh yeah, you know what? She's mine now. She's my wife, so I can stop with the games. And then they're going to go back into that mindset of kind of chasing her, pursuing her. It's this perfect little game that women know how to use in society and culture, help her with it. So again, this is why it's so hard. It's such a trap and such a power move that she can use on you if you're not ready. If you're not absolutely ready. Now, how can you use this on her? One easy one that I say, and I'll tell you guys this every single time, and if you're not doing this, I'm just telling you, you're doing it wrong. If you're not doing this, you're doing this wrong. Even if you go, it works for me, I'm telling you, It'll be better if you do it this way. Stop asking for a girl's phone number. Stop taking a girl's phone number when she gives it to you. When you take a girl's phone number, I'm telling you guys, I've done this every single different way. I can tell you from experience what works the best, and it's not even close. Even if a girl comes up to you and she's like, hey, like just say you're at the bar and she can totally flatter you. She comes up to you and she's like, hey, you're cute. Here's my number. Text me. If she said that to me, I would look at her and I would smile and I'd just say, hey, here's my phone number. And I would just give her my phone number. I wouldn't even take hers. I wouldn't take hers. This happened to me before and I wouldn't take hers. Be like, nah. If you want me, you'll text me. And I'll say it to her like that. And she might go, oh, and then she'll give you this look in her eye like, this is going to be fun. So I'm telling you guys that one of the easiest ones you can use right now if you're still in the game, stop taking her phone number. Stop asking for her phone number. And even if she gives you her phone number, and this happens in online dating a lot too, is when you're playing it really cool and you're not chasing after her, eventually she might just send you a second or third text and just go, hey, you should text me. And she'll send you her number. And then I just go, yeah, I'm bad at checking this thing. And I just go, text me. And then I send her my number right back. And I've had girls that will not send me anything for a week and a half. And then they come back on online dating and they message me again. They go, wow, you're really stubborn, aren't you? And then I just send her back a little emoticon smiley face or like a little angel face. And that's all I send. And then all of a sudden, a few minutes later, I get a text from her. Hey, it's Savannah from Bumble. I can't believe you made me text me. Or you, ha 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 ha. And then guess what? She's chasing. You're in complete control at that point. So one of the easiest ones you can do, and it's a very easy, firm rule. Don't even have to worry about different scenarios. Stop asking for a number. Stop taking her number. And if the situation presents itself and she gives you her number, give her yours right back. Smile at her and just be like, text me. Just like that. She'll do it. Guys don't play the game like that. She knows what she wants, and she wants a man that's hard to get, hard to figure out. When you're that guy, she gets competitive. This is how you stick out from the 110 matches that she has versus your, few matches. It's because you don't play all these other games that these other beta mon are playing with her. So that's super easy. Do that one. Don't even forget that one, guys. If anyone thinks I'm wrong about that, I would love to debate you. I've been through this so many different times. All right, the other one is make her put more effort in before responding. Again, this one is you got to train yourself on this one. Are you confuzzled? Wait, hold on. I got to say this. Are you confuzzled? Do you want me to show you? You guys know that a lot of the pictures in the background of all my videos, those are like from like a 2 or 3 month period of my life. And I have so many more from that. And I didn't show I used to game women. Are you confuzzled? When I had acne and braces in college and I was getting women because I understood this mindset, and girls, it drives them crazy. It drives them crazy. So if you are, you got to do, if you don't have the best looks, you have to have other things going for you. Wear, clean shoes, clean shirt, smell good, stuff like that. Look, clean cut enough. But if you have this mindset down, I'm telling you, you get forgiven about a lot of other things. They want what they can't have. Most guys make it way too easy for them. All right, make her put more effort in before responding. All right, this one is big. This one works if you don't even interact with women, guys. This works with your friends, your coworkers. When you teach people how to treat you by what you allow and what you don't allow. So, if you're a guy that, and I see this a lot from guys that will show me their messages or ask for coaching or whatnot. If you're a guy that's easily swayed by women, or you're pursuing women, or you pedestalize women, then like I said, and actually I can just show you again back here. Boom, boom, boom. Always say less than necessary, right? Women know what they can get away with based on the guy. So she will always use you as the gauge on what she can get away with. There would be times where I used to reply to anything a girl would say. Oh, she responded. I can't wait. And you know what is the worst feeling is looking at a text conversation where you have to send 2 or 3 text messages every time for just a little response. I know a lot of guys are in that situation constantly because, again, right, women will only reply as much as they feel necessary. And if you don't make them put effort in, then they won't. How do you make her put more effort in before responding? Is you don't respond when she gives you a lame answer. If you were to ask a girl, and I talk about all this when I break down actual game stuff, so I wouldn't say it like this, hey, how's it going? I would give you different ways of what you would actually say, but let's just say that example. If you were to say something like, hey, how's it going? And she's like, good. And she replies to your text with that. And if you go, man, she's tough, I got to get her talking. And you say, oh yeah, what did you do today, right? I would have stopped at good. If I say, hey, how are you? And if a girl says good, and that's all she gives me, have some pride, men. Don't give her a response. That's all she's going to give you? A one-word response or some lame thing like that? If she gives an answer where it doesn't even feel like she was thinking about it, she just replied and she didn't even really try, she didn't give me any type of details, she didn't seem like she was enthusiastic, guess how I teach women to put more effort in? I don't respond. I just look at that and I laugh to myself like, you think that's going to get a response from me? I don't say that to her because then you come off as needy or desperate. Oh, I can't believe you teach her by your actions. You teach her by your behavior. If you teach her with your words, she goes, ooh, that got under his skin. She labels you as an emotional beta-mon, and then all she does is she goes, ooh, this is going to be fun to mess with this guy. So if you try to tell her, hey, if you just reply with those short answers, I'm not going to reply to you. A lot of guys do that, and they think they're coming off as decisive. They think they're coming off as like, hey, look at that. I'm showing her I'm a leader. No, you're coming off as a desperate beta-mon because you're trying to force her by talking. You're trying to force her into communicating more with you. You can't force women into anything like that. She has to want to do it. The only way she's going to want to do that is by her realizing that her little one-word answers or her little thoughtless text where she just replies and you can tell she didn't even care. She has all these spelling errors because you can tell it's just like, boom, I just quickly replied and then I'm done with it. If you let her get away with that, she will continually do that to you, and then you will always be a beta-mon in her eyes. The only way that you can teach her is by your actions, by your behavior, by not replying to things that aren't worth your time. And if she's not going to make the conversation worth your time, she's not going to try, move on. And what will happen a lot of times, guys, again, you have to build this muscle up, especially on online dating, because they have so many options that they're going to forget about you before you forget about them in most cases with women just because they get the inflood of simps. So you're going to have to be comfortable going, oh, that's all she gave me? I'm done. I'm not going to send another text to her. I'm not going to send her another message to her unless she comes back and reaches back out to me. And this happens over and over again. And especially with online dating, when a lot of guys will say, well, how do you get women to open you a lot? Like on Bumble or something like that. Or even if I was on Tinder, it's because I'm not going to overstep. I'm not going to overplay it. She's going to have to put in work if she wants to, join my life. She wants to come into this life. So it's almost like a filtering mechanism in a sense. She sends me some weak reply. In my mind, I laugh and I go, I want nothing. She's super boring. I'm done. She's done. I don't block her. I just, next. I don't say anything to her. And then 3 days, 5 days later, a week and a half later, she comes back in. Oh, sorry, I realized I didn't really give you much of a response. How's your day going? Or, oh, sorry, I was so busy with work, but now I'm able to catch up on my matches. How are you doing? What are you up to? Blah, blah, blah. She'll come back in the conversation and do the work she needs to do when she realizes she can't get away with that with you. But she doesn't realize that until you show her by your actions, by not replying, by ignoring her, that was like, you don't take that type of treatment. Again, you can't say anything. When you do that, you just come off as an insecure betamon. And then women laugh. Yeah, Nicholas, actually, this is a pretty good way to describe it. Women's tests have made me stronger, but also at the same time, it made me bitter and don't care too much to put much investment into them. It's kind of, I know what you mean. Women's tests made me like emotionally much stronger as a man. Like the amount of needy, you can't be needy or desperate as a man at all to be successful with women repeatedly. You might get lucky here once or twice, here or there or whatever. But you have to like rid yourself of all desperation and neediness to have repeat success with women like Chad and Tyrone's. And that's what women's tests do. They make you an emotionally stronger person. You stop complaining about the little things. But at the same time, it kind of goes back into my last one, Nicholas, like make other people come to you. If a girl doesn't come to me, I'm not bitter about it on online dating. I don't care. I'm just like, that wasn't worth my time. Maybe it wasn't worth her time too. That's fine. I just don't care. But yeah, the tests, they do they do shape you into a more centered man, I would say, if you do it right. But yeah, you just, and you stop simping. You stop caring about putting all that investment in. You're going to make her invest in you. They don't. Yep, striped. Boom. They need to understand we don't like boring replies just as much as they don't like it either. And again, I'll show you this. I'm going to show you this again. She tried again. This girl happens all. Right. So look, boom. What do you like to do? Have you traveled at all? How's it going? Hey, how are you? All right. I don't respond to her almost at all anymore because she doesn't know how to have conversations. Some women never learn this because they get so many simps or guys to just do all for them. And it's super boring. So the part of the fun, Striped, is when you like, even if I know it's a boring conversation, there's certain things that I can kind of say that I just know, like, by the way I say that. Like, if it's something super boring, I'm like, this girl's cute. I can say something to her that I just know. I wish I could give you an example off the top of my head, but I just know what's going to get a reaction out of her. And I just say a little something to zing it in there. And then all of a sudden there's like a light that turns on and she's like, what? And you get an emotional reaction out of her. And then you kind of light her up and then she gets less boring in that sense. I know what you're talking about though, Striped. I wish I had a better example to give you on that one. Don't forget, subscribe. Like, comment, share the video. Definitely subscribe.